Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to the United Stand. I'm excited for this one. It's Donny Watch. It's Spurs Watch as well, because United have got Spurs on Saturday evening. But I'm excited about this. Spurs against Everton. It's got a bit on it. Everton obviously in a relegation battle as well. Spurs probably, God knows what battle Spurs are in. Battle with themselves really. They could cause an argument in a cupboard. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Both teams hemorrhage goals. We should get lots of goals. I actually remember last season, I think it was, someone said, are you doing a Spurs-Everton watch-along? I said, no, it's got 0-0 written all over it. And I think it ended up being 4-4. So this will probably end up being 0-0. But no, I'm looking forward to doing this one. We are doing Champions League tomorrow. Is it Liverpool-Inter tomorrow? I think that might be quite interesting. And then obviously massive game on Wednesday night. PSG Real Madrid in the Bernabeu. So yeah, 3 nights in a row of watch-alongs on That's Football. Make sure you get involved. Smash a like and subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. It was 5-4, says Jaden. It was 5-4. Slow Sports News with Goldbridge there. Anyway, it's about the players. It's about character. Man United, for me. Players. I'd love to be able to do that Carragher accent. I'll work on it. But apparently Sky Sports News went down today. I don't know what that was all about. But yes, let's go. Let's get ready to go. Let's get ready. Let's get ready to rumble. It's Donny Watch. He's playing in the midfield with the Corey and Allen. And I'm excited about this one. And Conte there. I mean, God knows what's going on with Spurs. We'll go through the teams here, actually. We're just about to start the match. It's Lampard against Conte. Everton against Spurs. I know it's that they're at different ends of the table, but you know they've both inherited problems, haven't they? That were probably not of their own making. I don't know, when I talk a lot, I get like this back of the nose thing where my nose just suddenly feels blocked up. I don't know whether anyone's ever had that. I don't know what it is. I'm absolutely fine. And as soon as I start talking a lot, right in the back of my throat, I sort of get like, I don't know what it is, phlegm or something like that. Right in the back of my nose, and it's like I'm a bit of a scouser, but I don't know what it is. It's really horrible, and I sort of have to swallow it. I know that sounds vulgar, but I can't. I don't have a cold, but it's right at the back of my nose. As soon as I start talking on a stream, it just hits. It really is annoying, all the time. See, it's there now. I want to get rid of it, but anyway, let's. They've taken the knee here, so let me just get the game started on the timer. And we'll go through the team news. Spurs kicking it off. It is actually at Spurs ground as well. They've lost their last 2 in the league here, haven't they? So let me get this timer on the screen. Then I'll give you the team news. Then we can get chatting. Goldbridge chat. There we go. Side effect from the vaccine. Everything's a side effect. It's not COVID. I don't know what it is. It's weird. I've never really had it before. It's definitely something to do with the nasal. It's definitely nasal. Anyway, let's go through team news. There is an FA Cup game as well going on between Nottingham Forest and Huddersfield. It's 0-0 in that game at the moment. Opportunity for both teams there to play. Oh no, Huddersfield are winning 1-0. A home tie against Liverpool in the FA Cup quarter-finals awaits the winner there. I'd love Forest to win that, of course, but I did actually think Huddersfield are in good form at the moment and they might win that. So, yeah. They might not get the result there. Anyway, Tottenham Everton. Let's go through the team news. As I said, Donny's playing for Everton. He's playing in the midfield, midfield 3 with Decore. The lineups are as follows: Lloris, Romero, Dyer, Davies, Doherty, and Sessegnon. Højbjerg, Bentancur, Kulevski, Son, and Kane. And then Everton are Pickford, Coleman, Holgate, Keane, Kenny. Decore, Allen, Van der Beek, Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison and Gordon. So Everton finally steaming to get their team back on track. What's happened to Gray? Is he injured for Everton? Because he was actually doing quite well, wasn't he? He actually was doing quite well. Damari Gray. But yeah. Oh, it's 1-1. Forest have just scored. Thank you very much for that. Forest have just equalised. Well done. Good stuff. Anyway, we're a minute into this game. Everton just knocking it about. Donny playing deep off the left. Alan in the centre position, and then Decore to the right. So he's playing left of a midfield 3. Donny here today. Ricky and Jordan going in on Ralph Mark, says Daniel Kirk. Yeah, I'm going to watch it later. I couldn't be on the United stand tonight because Seb plays football. I mean, he's only 4, but he does football on a Monday night between 6 and 7. So it's always a rush just to get back to the 8 o'clock show. But then I knew I was going to do this watch along, so I was just like, yeah, let's do a fan forum and I won't be on it. So I will watch it later. No, I'm not poorly, Mike. It's just I've noticed over the last couple of weeks, whenever I'm talking, I just get at the back of my nose like this. That's the best way of describing it is like just bunged up at the back of my nose. It's weird. I don't know what it is. Might be allergies or something. Donny is not really playing as a 6, Yazza. I'd say he's playing as an 8, a left-sided 8. Alan is literally the number 6 and the 6. Thanks everyone who's tuning in anyway this Monday night. Don't forget we've got 3 nights of watch-alongs in a row. We've got Champions League tomorrow night at 8 and we've got Champions League on Wednesday night at 8. Looking forward to it. I mean, Bayern Munich, I will mainly have Liverpool and Inter on, but I'm going to have the Bayern Munich game on as well because I need to sort of start looking at Bayern Munich, see if they're good enough to do well. Could be hay fever. Yeah, I do get hay fever. I might start taking my antihistamines again. Allergy bridge. It's funny though, actually. Somebody said there it could be a tumour. That you're a tumour, but realistically, I was in the shower the other day. And I do wash, and I was in the shower the other day and I was like thinking about this nose thing I've got, and then I was in the shower, I was just washing my hair and I looked down, there's all this red stuff on the floor and I thought, I'm a man, that shouldn't be happening to me. And I was like, oh, and I went like that and there was just blood all over my hand and I was like, put my finger up my nose, there was blood all over my finger. I was like, oh my god, I'm bleeding from the nose, I have probably got a tumour or something like that. And I was like, I just don't understand it. And I got out of the shower and put some. I looked like a right idiot. I rolled up some tissue, put it up my nose, and then I went down and had a cup of coffee. And I said to Mrs. Goldbridge, I think I might be dead by lunchtime. I think I've got like a nose tumour. And she said, why? I said, well, I'm bleeding from the nose. She said, well, people do have random nosebleeds, especially when they get older. You do, and she said, maybe you've done something that's caused it. I said, what have I done with my nose? I don't do drugs. I don't even use them nasal inhalers anymore. What is it? And then I was like, I was panicking all morning. And then I was sat there doing some work and I looked to the left of me and what did I see? I saw my Manscaped stuff. And I thought, well, I haven't used that on my nose. That goes down there. But I have used this. And I thought, you often use this whilst you're streaming. I'll go, look, this is a really good product to use on a stream. Now, really, you should be doing it in front of a mirror, being careful. But I'll go like this. I'll ram it up my nose and go, it's great to use. I've obviously looked at my nose then with a mirror and there's a cut in my nose from this. Twat bridge. So obviously I've cut it on the evening and then in the shower in the morning I've knocked the scab and it started bleeding. Could Donny van der Beek have been much more worse than McFred? Surely not, says Salah Ahmed. No, I don't think so. I think it's look, I'm not saying that Donny van der Beek's going to have a worldie tonight, but I just find it funny in relation to Donny van der Beek that Manchester United, I mean, look, we've had loads of leaks around United today about how people are like disgusted that certain players are treated like teachers' pets and play all the time. And we were narrowing it down on the United stand, who would be the teacher's pet, and there can only be 3. There can only be 3. There's only one of 3 players are the teacher's pet. It's either Harry Maguire, Scott McTominay, or Bruno Fernandes, because they're the only 3 who seem to get picked most games. But yeah, the reason Man United didn't pick Donny van der Beek is because they said he's not physical enough for the Premier League. And yet here he is playing in the Premier League for Everton, who are nowhere near as good as, Man United, really. And in a relegation battle where it's going to be physical, and he's playing in a midfield 3. So it's... he's just been caught here, Donny. Ref says play on. I'm hoping he's not badly injured. Oh, he's up. He's all right. He's all right. Simon says, when you mentioned that Ricky was going to be on the show, I thought about the love of Van der Beek and expecting you sitting together for the watch-along, says Simon. Well, Ricky was very happy that the show was at 7 because Donny was playing. I said, we're doing the show at 7 because I'm doing a watch-along at 8 for Donny. And he was like, oh, I don't think he'll play, Mark. I said, he is. He said, no, he went off injured in the last game. I said, no, it was cramp. He's been training in the midweek. Oh, I'm so happy. It's lifted me mood. I think this. I haven't done a prediction on this game actually. Let's do a poll on what we think. I think in these sort of games, it's always interesting to see what the chat thinks. So, result poll. We go Tottenham win, draw. We'll do some either ors as well. Everton win. Get in the chat then with the poll there. Tell us what you think. Who's going to win? I'm going to go with 2-1 to Forest. Get in. Good. I want Forest to win and then play Liverpool in the Cup. It'll be good. Ghana against Liverpool. That'd be nice. I think this might be a 2-2 draw. I think Tottenham, to be fair, I'll give Tottenham their credit if they play well and win. But every time I've watched Tottenham recently, they've been up to shit. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Big week ahead for Arsenal. They've got Leicester, Liverpool and Villa. Yeah. If Arsenal can take 6 points from those 3, they'll be in a very strong position. From a United fan's point of view, I would like them to take 0 points from them 3, but we'll see. What's the best result for United in this game? Harry Kane. Oh, Harry Kane. Harry Kane. Get off me. I'm Harry Kane. And I will score goals for Tottenham. It's the Premier League table for both of these teams. Everton have got 22 points at the moment, a point from safety. And Spurs have currently got 42 points. So if Spurs could win this game, they'd go 2 points behind Manchester United with 2 games in hand, but they play United on Saturday. So if Spurs win this game and they beat United, they'd actually be a point ahead of United with 2 games in hand. So it could get worse for United. So yeah, I don't want Spurs to win. I'd like to be in the Europa League if we're not going to be in the Champions League. I don't want to be in the Conference League. Hi Mark, I'm a Newcastle fan. Do you reckon we could be in the Champions League next season, or is it too soon? Jared, I'd say it's too soon. Just watching this back. Oh no, there's nothing there. I'd say it's too soon, Jared. But you never know. You never know. Oh, Joy says, Mark, your imitations are irritating. I'll stop doing them then just for Joy. Swivel on it. I tell you what do you want to know what Gary Barlow thinks about my interviews? I think they're absolutely incredible, Mark. Absolutely fantastic. And here's Son. Oh, he's missed it. He's been tackled. He's been tackled. Hope Spurs lose 8-0 and get relegated so I can park near my house again. Their fans turn up in transit vans and take up all the spaces, says Salim. Salim makes me laugh. Every time we do a Spurs watch-along, he always tells us about how there's no parking outside of his house when Spurs play. It's a very nice stadium though, isn't it, Salim? I've not been to it yet, but apparently it's a nice stadium. Poor old Gordon for Everton. He's getting knocked over all the time here. He's getting knocked right, left and centre. But typical Spurs this. Kane into Son. Lovely ball by Kane. And Son really should have passed it to Sessegnon. I don't know why he didn't. Very greedy here, Son. Yeah, very greedy. That could have been a really good opportunity. It is 2-1 to Forest. They were 1-0 down. Yates and Surridge with the goals. Garner and Yates with the assists. Lees had put Huddersfield in front, but Forest lead 2-1 in that game. Still 0-0 here. What do we think of this Gordon player? Yeah, Spurs tend to be better away from home, hello, because they're very good on the break. But at home, they've got a terrible home record, haven't they, Spurs? This Gordon at Everton, a few Evertonians really do rate him. I've not really seen enough of him to know what he's all about. So if anyone's, got any knowledge of what he's all about, please do let us know. Gordon is getting better and better. He's their best player. TUSFC would beat Everton, says Josh. Hey, it was a cracking stream today. Cracking stream today. Lampard masterclass. Mark, wish me luck in my six-a-side match tonight, says Charlie. I wish I was still playing. In the relation to the poll, we've had over 3,000 votes. 39% are going with a Tottenham win, 27% are going with a draw, and 34% are going with an Everton win. So effectively, nobody can call it, which is interesting. I'm going to go. I said 2-2. I think it'll be 2-2. Canute says, would Sherwood Forest FC be a good name instead of Nottingham Forest? By the way, such a fantastic club under Clough. Well, Sherwood's not actually in Nottingham, is it? I don't think. I think Sherwood's more Mansfield, so... Oh my God. Oh my God. What a goal. What a goal. I can't believe that's gone in. What a goal. By Harry Kane. I'm Harry Kane. I just get in the bin, Batman. I'm Harry Kane and scored a tremendous goal for Spurs. It's Harry Kane. Everyone's watching me on the telly. Sessegnon with the cross, and here I am. I'm like Batman. Fuck off, Batman. It's 1-0. It's 1-0. It's a great goal. I've got to see it again. I've got to watch this back. I can't believe it went in. Sessegnon with the cross, and he just flies in front post and bang. Is it an OG? I think it's an OG. I don't think Harry Kane scores it. No, it's not Harry Kane's goal. What an OG. It's not Harry Kane. We're giving him a load of credit. It's not a goal by Harry Kane. It goes in off Michael Keane. Oh, it's not. I didn't. You're getting mixed up with my voice. I didn't say Harry Kane. I said Michael Keane. Keane. It just sounds like Bane. It's Michael Keane. 1-0. Goal time, 13 minutes. Great cross by Sessegnon. And sadly, if Michael Keane had let it go, it wouldn't have gone in because Harry Kane missed it. So, no Harry Kane today, says Jack. Well, 1-0 to Spurs. Let me change the score. First real attack. It's a great cross by Sessegnon, who is a player that was well thought of when he was at Fulham, wasn't he? But Donny van der Beek pulling his shorts up there. As long as he doesn't pull him down, we're fine. Everton scored, but it counts for Spurs. OG. Difficult job for Everton. I don't think Everton will go down, but they're not too good to go down. They're not too good to go down. Hi Mark, sounds mad, but James Garner is a massive Liverpool fan. His uncle was a supply teacher in my school in Liverpool and told me he loves Liverpool. But it doesn't surprise me, get clapped. It doesn't really. John Terry was a massive Manchester United fan. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was a Liverpool fan. So Jamie Carragher was an Everton fan. At the end of the day. I've been asked this question before and I never really understand it. Some people said to me, would you have been a professional footballer but you have to play your whole career for Liverpool? Of course I would. I mean, the opportunity to be a professional footballer, you can't just go off. Oh, Son's in! What a goal. Fucking Pickford. Invisible Pickford. In the bin, Pickford. 2-0 to Spurs. It's a great finish by Son, but Pickford's crap. Pickford. Fraudford. Absolute Jokeford. What a Pratford. I don't know how this goes in. I really don't know how this goes in. I really don't know. Well, I do. It goes in the back of the net. But he's got to save this. How is he England's #1 goalkeeper? Ramsdale must be watching this going, what's going on? It's rubbish. He's gone down like a sack of spuds. In fact, no, a sack of spuds go down quick. He's gone down like a beach ball. He's bounced off the ground, Pratt. Look, rubbish. It's straight at him. That should never go in. That should never go in. Absolute crap goalkeeping. Can't blame his little Tyrannosaurus Rex arms for that. Fucking change your keeper, Frank. Change your keeper. 2-0 down in no time here, and to be honest, one's an own goal. Oh, they're both own goals, really. Michael Keane and Pickford. He's got to save that. What is he on about? Well, it's hard now for Everton, isn't it? I don't think... Funny thing is, Spurs haven't even had to work hard for this. Cheers, Everton. Come on, Donny, sort it out. We need a draw here, at least. FIFA goalkeeping, says Bram. Oh, that winner today was great. Was that against Wolves? They did deflect, though. That's a nice ball. Ooh, come on, Everton. I believe in you. How's Donny Marks? It's hard to say. I mean, Everton really haven't been that bad, and yet they're 2-0 down. Here's Donny on the ball. Oh, lovely ball in by Donny to Decore. It was a great ball in, but Decore couldn't take it down. Intelligent ball by Donny there. It's the sort of ball Bruno can't play at the moment, really. Jordan Pratford, yeah. That's his name. I remember that from the World Cup. Have we got any Liverpool fans watching? Would you like to see Everton go down? See, I'd never want Liverpool to go down, really. I wouldn't really want Arsenal to go down. I think we all romanticise about it, but the reality is, I think about when the fixtures come out. I look for that Liverpool game. I look for the Arsenal game. I look for the City game. You know, I look for the Chelsea game. I wouldn't really want them to go down. But again, it's different opinions, isn't it? I know some United fans would love it if Liverpool got relegated. I think the whole point of rivalry is like wanting to play them and beat them. It's like Burnley when I'm playing FIFA. I hate it when they get relegated because I look forward to that game, even though they've done me over so many times. United Faithful shared a God video on Twitter showing City's third goal breaks down all the laziness in our defence and midfield. Oh, I'm not surprised, mate. Cycle. I mean, you know, I think the second goal is horrific. You can blame so many people. I think Alanga gives it away. Lindelof dives in and then stands still. McTominay watches it with him, holding his hand. Harry Maguire, instead of kicking it out, dummies it back into play. Tellez's cross is crap. And then again, which midfielder is meant to be marking the unmarked De Bruyne? So there's just, you know, there's always a mistake in a goal, but as we've seen here, Michael Keane scores an own goal and Pickford should save it. So there's always a mistake in a goal, but the worst goals are the ones where 5 or 6 players have made bad mistakes. Pickford, like Maguire, good for country, awful for club. Everton going down would be a huge culture shock, says Owen. I don't think Everton have been relegated, haven't they? I think, aren't Everton one of the... Isn't that a quiz question, that it's either Everton or Arsenal have been in the top division the longest? Daniel says, as a Liverpool fan, I want them to go down and laugh for months. Yeah, they've never been relegated, and Arsenal have never been relegated. If Spurs bottle this, I'll go support Norwich City. Spurs bottling is literally like pregnancy, but worse, says Jaden. Yeah, well, the thing about this game is, Jaden, that it's been a good start from Spurs, but I don't actually think that... they've played that much better than Everton. It's just that Pickford's made a mistake, and so has So is Michael Keane, although it was a wonderful cross by Sessegnon. That's how you say it, Sessegnon. Do. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. I think I've read them all. Oh, no. AJ Woodwork says, Mark, if United were to miss out on top four, would you rather Europa or nothing? It's massively helped Arsenal's progress, I think. I think it's a great point, AJ. I'll actually do that as a poll. If Spurs bottle this, I'll go support Norwich. Okay, so let's do that as a poll because it's an interesting question. Would you... We'll call it not either or. We'll say, would you rather? Europa... Nothing. Now, I have to be completely honest here and say I absolutely ridicule the Emmerdale Cup and I don't like it, and I don't like Manchester United having to play on a Thursday night. Having said that, and Arsenal fans could probably verify this themselves, yes, I think you're more focused on the Premier League if you haven't got to play in the Europa League. But it would kill me, absolutely kill me, having to wait from Saturday to Saturday on European week and not be involved in it. And I know the Europa League is crap, but I'd rather be in it than having the week off. As a fan, you know, I want to see us play. Mark, people always talk about Kane wasting his career but never mention Son. If he joined Liverpool, he'd be even more outstanding. I tell you what, Connor T, I really do. Son's just been booked, by the way. Hey, is that... Hey, Son, if you want to get sent off, today's the game. Miss out on Saturday. That'd be a great thing. Go on, Son. Get yourself sent off. I forgot what I was talking about now. Yeah. I'd rather play in the Europa League than nothing. That's what I was saying. No, I know what I was going to say. Son. I think Son at Liverpool, I think it would be the perfect club for him. I'm not saying he's better than Mane or Salah, but I'm saying if Salah left or Mane left, and well, it'd be Mane, wouldn't it, off the left? I think he'd be fantastic for them. Son. Hi Mark, thank you for cheering me up today because I've had the flu today, probably from yesterday night's performance. Says Cameron, get well soon, pal. Get well soon. And conference or nothing. Now that's where I draw the line. Europa League's where I draw the line. I don't want to play in the Conference League. That's just. I think you get bantered in the Europa League, but I think in the Conference League, you don't recover from that. Is anybody actually in the Conference League? I know Spurs were in it, and they got. I mean, how do you get knocked out of the group stage of the Conference League? Ask Spurs. Leicester are still in it. Well, I think Everton have been alright in the first 25 minutes, but it just doesn't help when you've got a Pratt in goal. Didn't Spurs get knocked out because they couldn't play a game, though? Oh, come on. They need to get the ball to Donny in this. Go on, give it. Richarlison, pass it to Donny. Oh, you fucking idiot. Play it simple. I can't stand flair players who play the stupid ball. Well, Indecore, no. Good play by Højbjerg. Europa League brings more experience for the youngsters. It's not bad to be in it, says Ryan. Yeah, the scheduling's a bit weird this weekend. I was looking about what weekend... I mean, I've got watch-alongs tomorrow and Wednesday, so I'm not really thinking about the weekend at the moment. But I think Liverpool play Brighton on Saturday lunchtime. There's one 3 o'clock game, then it's United Spurs. Then on Sunday, I think there's like 5 or 6 2 o'clock kickoffs. I can't really predict the Champions League game on Wednesday, Leaps. I think because it's at the Bernabeu and 1-0, that can change very quickly. I think it's going to be a good game, that one. I'd expect Bayern Munich to knock Salzburg out. There's another ball into Son. Where's the Everton defence? Oh, he saved it that time, Pickford. And then Harry Kane puts it wide. Who's the right back? Who is it? Who is the right back for Everton? Because he's playing right back in the bloody changing rooms. Well, Pickford recovers well here because he made an absolute prat of himself. Oh, it's Coleman, isn't he? He's too old. What should Son have done better here? Well, I think he's done all right. I think he's gone for the keeper's legs, hasn't he? He's tried to kick it. And I always teach people that who play up front. If you're shooting, shoot at the keeper's legs because their keeper's legs normally move. But yeah, Coleman's too old now. He was a good player about a decade ago. Saved it with his feet, Gareth. So let's have a look at the poll. 60% would rather be in the Europa League than nothing. 40% would rather be nothing. I'm in a last man standing competition. I genuinely don't know who to pick this weekend, says Even Whelan. Donny just got tackled there. Oh God, Spurs are getting a lot of the breaks here. Good tackle by Alan. Wide to Richarlison. Oh, that's later than late. That's so late. There's got to be a yellow card for Romero. Come on, send them all off. Get them all off for the weekend. Should Ramsdale replace Pickford for England, says Udit. Oh, I don't think it's even a joke. I can't believe Romero says I got the ball. Mate, you were closer to bloody Richarlison's testicles than you were that ball. And he gets up and goes, bloody got the ball. Are you doing a watch along for Liverpool Inter tomorrow, says Joel Morris? Yes, I am. Yes, I am, pal. Yeah. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I am. Yes, I am. But anyway, Everton with the free kick here. It's a decent position to whip across in. I think Mbappe is going to be alright for the game, Arman. He's carrying an injury, but they're confident. Cross comes in from Gordon. Easy catch for Lloris. The corner flag says, when is Cup of Tea and Biscuits going on Spotify? Hey, mate, I tell you what. I'm not even joking. I was clearing out the loft at the weekend. And I found... like, I've mentioned it on Going for Goldbridge before, but I found like old scripts that I'd done that I didn't even know that I'd done. So I'll remember. It's got my real name on there. So you've got the Battle for the Planets, the Fate of Mokon, and it's got my real name on it. So pretend it's by Mark Goldbridge. It's quite thick. I can't even remember writing it. Apparently, it's not even dated. It's not even dated. Amazing. And I found about 4 or 5 of them. I found some comedy scripts as well. Like I'm just reading through them. It's I just can't believe how much stuff I used to write. Like probably going back about 20 years. Yes, it's all a load of shit, but it's funny. Let's make United Stand FC a real club in real life, says Mario. Be good. I'd love to do it. Made a meal and threw it up on Sunday. Oh, lovely turn by Gordon. He does look like one of Everton's better players. Alan, lovely ball out to Coleman. Now whip it. This is like a Proctor cross. It's not bad. It's not bad. And there's Son. It's not Son, it's Bentancur. He's done really well, actually. Does well to get it to Son. And that's going to be a foul there by Holgate. Mark, have you seen the new Batman film? Not yet, Ashton, but I've heard it's very good. So what's the matter with you? Sing me something new. Cup of tea and biscuits is crap. I wouldn't even dare sing it to you. I used to write songs as well, yeah. Nike and Amazon each ready to submit bids worth £500 million to buy Spurs naming rights, says Jaden. I saw something about Chelsea being bought by some Saudi Arabian outfit as well. Opinion on Gordon, says Kobe. I've not really seen anything of him, only little bits, but quite impressed with what I've seen of him. Is he Scottish? Scooby-Doo! Lovely play by Son here, he's kept it in. Coleman's the weak link here. Here's Son. They can't go 3-0 down. Oh no, here's the chance. Lovely play. Good save by Pickford, and it was Doherty. Everton on the break are very wide open. They're very wide open. Gordon's English and he's a Scouser. It's about the players. I want to see more. I want to see more. I want to see more from the players. More structure. More time. You know. I look at Manchester United. I'm thinking, who's in charge? What are they doing? What about the players? United being destroyed from the inside is just sad, says Noel. If you leave him... Scooby-Doo. He's not Scottish, Gordon. I don't know why I thought he was Scottish. Oh, it could have been 3-0 there. Mark, you should do a Six Nations watch-along. Also opinion on Gloucester Rugby, says Million Hawk. And hi, Mark. I will watch the Six Nations, but I won't do a watch-along for it. I've left it too late now. I am going to do Formula 1 watch-alongs, though. I think it's a week on Sunday, the first race. Drive to Survive Season 4 is coming out as well. I can't wait for that. Hi, Mark. Imagine if they bought a United All or Nothing documentary. That would be very relieving. I don't really revealing, says Jack Sainty. I don't think they would, mate. I don't think United would do it. Donny's touched the ball quite a lot, Dirt, but... he's playing in the midfield. I don't know what people expect from Donny van der Beek. He's not having a bad game. He's playing in the midfield. It's your modern assessment of football, isn't it? Oh, Donny did fuck all in that game and Everton lost 2-0. I think Alan and Decore and Donny have done okay. It's Everton's defence and attack that's the problem here. Defence keeps getting caught on the break and the attack is toothless. I think for Donny, it's just good to be playing regularly. I don't think him and Alan and Decore have played badly. Richarlison's been shit. Calvert-Lewin's been invisible. Gordon's been okay. Who's going to finish top 4, says your worst nightmare? Well, funnily enough, good name, because I think it will be Arsenal, Chelsea, and then Liverpool or City for the title, obviously. Lampard is overrated as a manager, says N. Love your content, mate. Looking forward to the next quotable slang during the next United Rage, says Nishan. I'm glad I'm famous for that. Don't take her anymore. It's a waste of time. Harry Kane's through! Harry Kane scores! Now, is there an offside here? I'm a Sheffield United and Manchester United and Doncaster Rovers fan, says Kyle. He's having a threesome. But I think so are Spurs. It is a threesome for Spurs. It's 3-0. It's Harry Kane. And this Everton defence, they should have gone for Warnock, says Nordson. They're an absolute farce at the back. An absolute joke. I don't even know what to say about Spurs defensively here. He's miles onside. It's just Everton are absolutely. He's onside. He's got to be onside. Is he offside? Is he onside? Well, that angle he looks off, but I thought he looked on. He's on. He's onside. It's 3-0. It's 3-0. Harry, I'm very happy with that. $3-0, and we've only had, well, we are nearly at half time. Didn't look offside to me on the first play. It was just the angle of the second one. Aspie, Chris, Kessie to Barcelona says finished FC. I will do a Fury versus White watch-along yet. And we have got 2 watch-alongs coming up. Liverpool tomorrow and Inter. I'll keep an eye on Bayern Munich as well. And then Wednesday night's massive. PSG, Real Madrid. I'm Harry Bane. I just fed up with taking a... People just say the piss. All I've heard all week is Batman this and Batman that. Oh, there's a new Batman. There's a new Batman. When's there going to be a new Bane? There's a new... Fuck off, Batman. There's a Harry Bane in town. That's how you finish. Batman can kiss my ass. He can kiss my ass. Harry Bane has scored again. Well, the funny thing is, I don't think... fair play to Spurs. I don't think they've been scintillating, but they've been clinical. And Spurs, Everton, your defence is a joke. You will go down with a defence like that. Get in the bin, Cheltenham beat you 4-0. Says Million Hawks says, Kyle Ellery, get in the bin, Cheltenham beat you 4-0, you're getting relegated. Also, Mark, do you like Far Cry? I've never played it, mate. Never played it. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. I have been meaning to ask that for about 40 minutes, but to be fair, the goals have been rolling in. And I've not had a chance yet. If you're leaving, will you take me with you? Everton's defence is awful, Gaming Bear. I'd never realised how bad it was. Man United are actually playing Everton at Goodison Park in a couple of weeks, and I'm looking forward to that because that should be 3 points. We're 200 subscribers away from 624,000, so please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. You're all very welcome on That's Football. Doesn't matter what club you support. And yeah, we will be live for the next 2 nights as well. Thanks for subscribing, Justin. Logan says Donny's been poor. I can't be arsed with that. I can't be arsed. I mean, Dele Alli is warming up, so he might be warming up for Harry Kane, but so for Donny. But I don't think Donny's been poor. I think he's got to take one of the forwards off. I think Donny's passing's been good. I think his positional sense has been good. I think Decore and Allen have been fine. It's see, Donny's. I bet Donny's pass succession's quite good. It's Everton's defence and their attack is non-existent. I think Donny should have gone to Palace anyway. I tell you what, the first thing I'd do, I'd take your right back off. Logan says he's just playing me anyway. Well, you got a shout out. Oh, just about made it there, Alan, with the pass. Hey, if you've got to bring it, somebody just said in the chat, we need to get Iwobi on as soon as possible. If that's your answer, you're going down. Iwobi, I think he's woeful, to be honest. I could see Bayern getting knocked out tomorrow. They are not in top form, and Salzburg are decent. Should have won the first leg, says Alas. Well, I will have that on at the same time as the Liverpool game because I do need to start watching Bayern because ultimately I think Liverpool or Man City are going to win the Champions League. Or Chelsea. I think one of those three will win the Champions League. Sunshine, Gary Neville. Somebody just asked me to do it. Decore, Calvert-Lewin, cleared away. Oh, Donny made a good run then on the back post. Didn't find him. I mean, Everton have lost this game, haven't they? I mean, getting Dele... Is it a good idea to bring Dele Alli on against his former club? I've just realised that. Is this the beginning of the end of Lampard, says Ash G? Hey, you know what? I don't mind Lampard. I think he's an interesting pundit. I thought he did a good job at Derby. Obviously not at Chelsea, but I must admit, I think he's had a very fortunate career. You know, he was at Derby, did okay, gets the Chelsea job, gets sacked, then gets the Everton job. Not many people in football get sacked by Chelsea and then get the Everton job. So he's probably been a bit fortuitous. He's got to succeed at Everton. Otherwise, I think he's had his chance. But I don't think Everton went for the right manager anyway. I think they should have gone and got Potter. I think it was perfect job for Graham Potter, really. I don't know why Potter would want to... I mean, maybe Potter's going to be one of those like Matt Letizia, but as a manager, you know, I'm happy at Brighton. I want to stay at Brighton. Lovely ball by Donny to switch it. Cross comes in. Mark, we played worse team than Everton and got 1 point. I was only joking, the honest Tiger, but what I'm saying is I wouldn't mind playing against this Everton defence now, because it's fucking shite. Sunshine, Gary Neville. It's fucking shite, Mark, I'm telling you. Even I could play right back for Everton better than Coleman. And I get up at 5 a.m. and I go on the treadmill for 10 minutes. Sunshine, Gary Neville. I can't do the accent, by the way. If anyone's saying that sounds nothing like him, that's the whole point. Iwobi is the GOAT, says Marcus Bevis. I will do some polls at half time if you give me some recommendations. Oh! How's that not a foul? Oh, I don't know what's going on there. Where's Yerry Mina anyway? Everton need Yerry Mina back. Can you do a United Spurs combined 11, says Chill. Ooh, we'll do that at half time. I like that. We will do that at half time. Good thoughts. I like that. It's that sort of thinking that I want in the chat. Anyway, subscribe please, bottom right hand corner. Let's see if we can hit 624,000 before half time, which is in a minute's time. Decore's a mess. How was the ref given the foul against Donny van der Beek there? What the hell does Donny van der Beek do here? Do you think PSG will win the Champions League, says Joel? Nah, I don't. I think Man City or Liverpool could beat PSG quite comfortably. Maybe even Chelsea as well. Yeah. Here's Gordon. 2 minutes to go until half time. And Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer seems to have made Spurs back better at the back. I mean, we all take a dump on Eric Dyer. Imagine having to do that. Some people like that sort of thing. What I mean, as a footballer, we all take a dump on him and say he's rubbish. But does he make Spurs better? I'm not saying he's good, but does he make Spurs better? Would you sell Rashford to Newcastle? Yeah. Because they pay about 100 million and we could use it for 2 or 3 other players. Do you go to the country? It isn't very far. Michael Keane's had a bang. Would you sell Maguire to Stoke? Yeah, I think it'd be good. If Pulis wanted to get the old team back together, I think Harry Maguire would be a good defender. Shawcross and Maguire parked on the edge of their own 6-yard box, dealing with high balls. That'd be great. We won't be selling Maguire though. I mean, on a serious note, I never really understand the. Well, it must be nice to be this type of fan, but I never understand the fantasist fan. Like, oh, we need to sell Maguire in the summer. Okay, how's that going to work? He's on a 6-year contract. 6-year contract. He's not even halfway through his 6-year contract, and we pay him 200 grand a week, and we paid 80 million pounds for him. He ain't going anywhere for 6 years. Like he's just not going anywhere. We have to turn him into a good player because we're stuck with him. And there's about 5 other players United have got who are like that, who aren't good enough, that we're stuck with. Are Man United still interested in Pau Torres, says Roberto? Good mention. No, I don't think we are. Bit of afters here at half time. Coleman getting into a fight. Didn't on the pitch though, did he? You think Man United is worse than Roy's Liverpool, says Rohit. Well, I didn't really watch Roy's Liverpool a lot. I watched Man United every game. So anyway, look, it's half time. Let's stop the clock. 3-0 to Spurs. Funny old game, really. Not if you're an Everton fan, but funny old game because I don't think Everton's midfield have played bad. I think their defence has been abysmal and their attack has been pretty much crap as well. But Spurs have just been clinical. I think that game easily could. What I'm trying to say is, I think that game could easily be 0-0. If Everton defended okay, Pickford should have saved the second goal. The first goal's an own goal, and the third goal's just crap central defensive play. So that could easily be 0-0 at half time, and yet it's a pounding. It's 3-0, and that's where we're at. That's as much as I can say about that. What we are going to do at half time though is we're going to do a Manchester United versus Spurs combined 11. Now, I do like to do a little bit of either or at half-time as well, but this is something we can interactively work on here. So either or could come into it on some divisive ones, but Manchester United versus Spurs combined 11. Wood or Weghorst, says Sunday A. I think Weghorst looks good, but I need more time. And I need more time just to make things right. Sunshine, Gary Neville. If Matic is to play in one of the next 2 games, would you play him in the Tottenham game or against Atletico, says Clinton? I don't think he'll play in either. I mean, I think him and Mata are a waste of time. They just don't get picked. So, let's do a Spurs versus Manchester United combined 11. They play each other on Saturday. Funnily enough, if Spurs win this, they're only 2 points behind United with 2 games in hand. So it's a massive 6-pointer on Saturday evening. Goalkeeper, David De Gea. I don't care what anybody says. Lloris probably does kick the ball better, but David De Gea saves shots better. So I would say David De Gea in goal. Now, right back's very interesting because, I mean, that Emerson's a load of crap. Doherty hasn't really delivered. Weghorst or Wood, I'd say Weghorst monkey then. Mark, who says the Sunshine Gary Neville thing? Me. So basically, at right back in a Spurs combined 11, you've got the choice between Doherty, Dalot, Wan-Bissaka, and Emerson. So can we just put somebody who's, I imagine Kane versus Ronaldo is going to be quite interesting. So can the loser of that just play at right back? Because, I mean, I probably would say Dalot, because that Emerson's crap, and Doherty, I don't see enough of Doherty for Spurs. He doesn't seem to start that much. So I'm struggling on that one. I don't know why Tanganga doesn't play a lot, really, but probably because he doesn't think he's good enough. Emerson's crap, mate. I'm not putting him in. I'm really not going to put that Emerson in. He's crap. I'm going to put Dalot at right back. Centre-backs, well, what's Spurs' best centre-back pairing? And then we can talk. Varane's got to play. Varane has to play. So, look, I'm more than happy. If you want to debate, I'd go Varane and Lindelof, but talk to me about it. Do you want to put Dyer there? Do you think Romero's good? A lot of people saying Romero Yeah, okay, we'll go Varane and Romero. I'm happy with that. Left back, I think it's got to be Luke Shaw. I know he's not playing to his best at the moment, but Ben Davies is average. Right, Sessegnon's just put a decent cross in, but, you know, I think it's got to be Luke Shaw at left back. Oh, I do like Reguilon, though, actually. I do like Reguilon, but why doesn't he pick Reguilon? Why doesn't he pick Reguilon? What's his problem with him? Is he injured? I always quite liked him. I don't know why he doesn't get picked. Is he on the bench today? Let's have a quick look at half time. No. Yeah, he's on the bench, so he doesn't even pick him. Why didn't he pick him? What's his problem? I like Reguilon. I do, but he doesn't play. So I'll go Luke Shaw. So back five, De Gea, Delo, Varane, Romero, Luke Shaw. Bit bias, I'll admit, but every time I watch Spurs, they're so bad at the back. Midfield, I'll go with a holding midfielder, a box-to-box, and a more attacking one. So Højbjerg would be the holding midfielder. So you can swivel on your bias, because 100% I would go with Højbjerg as the holding midfielder. Box-to-box player, Pogba. And Bruno. I'd go Højbjerg, Pogba and Bruno. If you can give me a better three, I'm happy to listen. But Fred and McTominay can get in the bin. Embarrassment yesterday and for most of the season. And Spurs, that's your problem, isn't it? Bentancur's only just come in. Harry Winks ain't Pogba or Bruno. So, yeah, Højbjerg, Bruno and Pogba. I think that'd be a good midfield three as well. I think Højbjerg with Pogba would be really good. I do like Bentancur, but we need to see a little bit more of him, don't we? A lot of people feel that he fell off at Juventus at the end. I always liked him at Juventus, but let's see how he settles at the Premier League. But at the moment, I'd go with that. And then my front three, well, Sancho, Son, and then it's a battle between Kane and Ronaldo. So I knew this was going to happen. And here's one I prepared earlier. So our combined Manchester United 11 is De Gea, Delo, Varane, Romero, Shaw, Højbjerg, Bruno, Pogba, Sancho, and then Son. But you can decide whether it's Ronaldo or Kane. I would always go Ronaldo. This is Cristiano Ronaldo. I would always go Cristiano Ronaldo because he's one of the greatest players there's ever been. But I'm going to be fair and let you decide. Manager, Conte or Rangnick? Conte. I still feel to this day that United made a massive mistake not getting Conte. People go, well, he ain't doing that well at Spurs, is he? And I'd go, well, how many trophies has he won since United last won the league? How many titles has Conte won since we last won the league? So I would have took Conte. I still think Conte would have been a good choice for Manchester United. The right sort of character. He'd have sorted us out defensively. I think we would have been a reasonable team to watch. So I would have gone with Conte. But the good finish that by Kane. So Kane versus Ronaldo to complete the combined 11. I still would go Ronaldo. But I understand on current form people will be swayed. So I expect Kane to win. What about the stadium? Old Trafford. Keep voting on that one. So combined 11. De Gea, Delo, Varane, Romero, Shaw, Højbjerg, Pogba, Bruno, Sancho, Son, and then looking like it might be Kane over Ronaldo, which would mean Spurs get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. 5 out of 11 for Spurs. It's not too bad, is it? Right, let's stop the vote there. 56% go Kane and 44% go Ronaldo. So there you go. 5 Spurs players, 6 Manchester United players, and a Spurs manager, which makes it basically 6-6. There you go. Back 5 is correct. Midfield is Skip, Pogba, Bruno, with Sancho, Son, and Kane. says Bram. I don't know about Skip. I quite like Højbjerg. I'd take Højbjerg tomorrow at United. Arsenal United combined 11 would be very good to do, Patrick. Don't really have time before the second half kicks off, but the top of my head, I look forward to doing that in a few weeks' time. I'd go Ronaldo over Kane, but the chat has spoken. There's a lot of United fans who've got it in for Ronaldo, and there's a lot of other fans who do as well, so I didn't expect him to win that. What do you think about the result for Spurs? I think it's a cracking result for Spurs. Puts them 2 points behind United. They go to Old Trafford on Saturday night. United not playing particularly well. Spurs, if they can get a result, go above us. I mean, look, it could get really bad for United. I do expect United to win on Saturday. And that's not jinxing or anything like that. I mean, when a team gets hammered in a derby and then they've got a home game, you expect a response, don't you? And Spurs are so inconsistent. We can't open the door to them. We really can't. So, Harry Maguire or Eric Dyer, who's better? For me, it's Dyer because he's got form and he can control the back line. I mean, I think that's a really interesting question by David. I'm gonna put it as a poll, as an either or, because if you'd asked me that a year ago, I'd have easily said Harry Maguire. But you know what? I actually commented on that through the game. Spurs look like a better defence with Eric Dyer in it, and I don't think Eric Dyer is a particularly good centre back, but he brings something to that back line for Spurs, which is undeniable. Is Eric Dyer a better player than Harry Maguire? Well, Maguire's probably better in the air, but I'd argue that Eric Dyer's reading of the game is better because he used to play CDM. He's more mobile, he's got more agility, and I think he reads the game better. So, I mean, at the moment, I'd probably say Eric Dyer for me. You can only go off form. Some people might just say I'd rather have Maguire really and get him back to his best, but I think at the moment Eric Dyer just has more assets to his game. He's more, like I say, he's quicker, he's more agile, and I think the fact that he's played CDM, he reads the game better as well. But I've never been massively impressed with Eric Dyer as a centre back. I always thought he was a reasonable CDM. The poll is looking like it might be Eric Dyer. I mean, I don't think Harry Maguire could win a poll at the moment. Unless you did who's worse, he'd win it then. But in a who's better, is there any? Can we find? I feel like Harry Maguire's getting a bit. We need to find somebody who's better than. But on a serious note, I think the problem with Maguire and Lucas hit the nail on the head. Manchester United, they've spent £80 million on Harry Maguire, and he's not a proper player, and that is a problem for Manchester United because he's 29. How many years has Harry Maguire been at Manchester United? Is it 3? It's 3 this summer, so he's coming towards the end of his 3rd season. He's got 3 more left. We're only halfway there. Eva thinks Kulievski over Sancho. Mate, I'm not having Kulievski or Bentancur in the combined 11 because they've only been here 5 minutes. So it's. I like the look of both of them, but we'll have to see how well they do. 85% went with Eric Dyer. There you go. Okay. Lucas says you loved it when we signed Maguire for £80 million. You were his biggest cheerleader. What? Seriously though, what does that mean? What does that mean? Like, I don't understand your angle there. So, am I the owner of Manchester United? Do I pick him every week? And also, we bought him nearly 3 years ago. What's that got to do with now? If you spoke to me about Harry Maguire a year ago, I would have said he was one of our best players because that's all we used to do: play deep and defend, and he was one of our best players. But that doesn't mean anything. It's like Idan says, people can change their opinion. Of course they can. But I don't really understand that logic. It's like this, when you see these out of context accounts, and like I keep seeing this one about me saying, don't care what anyone says, Marcus Rashford's one of the best left wingers in Europe right now. He's up there with Neymar. Well, if you put that out now, it's not out of context. It's out of date. You shouldn't even be bloody reading it. It's from 2 years ago when he was playing as one of the best left-sided. I mean, look, even I find it hard to believe, but a couple of years ago, Marcus Rashford for Man United was playing unbelievably on the left wing. But 2 years later, he's probably not the best left winger at Everton, let alone Manchester United. So, people's ability changes. Now, Reguilon's come on here. He's come on for Sessegnon. So this is interesting. Is Conte thinking, I want to give Reguilon 45 minutes ahead of the Spurs game at the weekend? I don't know. As an analogy, Dyer has an ice-making compartment to his fridge. Harry just has the standard shelves, says Nick P. I think he's also got one of those things I really love on a fridge is and I don't know whether you've got them. I don't know how popular these are. Second half's just kicked off, by the way. One of the things I absolutely love about this on a fridge, it might be a posh thing, I don't know. My sister's got it. So she's got a double compartment fridge with the freezer and the fridge. And then on the front of it, she's got this like compartment where you put your glass in and it'll fit a pint glass in it. It's got 4 buttons. You can get freezing cold water, big chunks of ice, or almost like slushy ice. I love that. I'd love a fridge like that. If Maguire had that on him, I'd love it. Mark, imagine Harry Maguire as a CDM, says Sunday A, and Garner is playing well for Forest now, says Ashton Wilton. Well, I hope they win. Oh no, it's 4-0. It's 4-0. It's 4-0. They've literally conceded in the first minute of the second half. And it's Reguilon who scored. Sure, you're out. You're out the combined 11. Reguilon's in. Was that his first touch? Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable, Jeff. It's not going to be chalked out for anything. There's no VAR here. Everton fans, I tell you what, I don't think you'll go down. I don't like the statement you're too good to go down, but this is unbelievable. It's Seamus Coleman again. It's just, there's nobody on the back post. Kulievski with the assist. Reguilon makes it 4-0. It's just standard. Standard. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Leave Seamus alone, you bollocks. Well, I know he's an Everton hero, but there was a time when Gary Neville just said, I ain't good enough anymore, and I'm sorry. Seamus Coleman was a player I quite wanted to come to United about a decade ago. But, mate, I don't care whether he's an Everton hero or not. What are you going to do? Get Duncan Ferguson playing up front? He's past it. He's past it. I know he's a legend of your club, but, sentiment has to go out the window. 4-0. Everything that's gone wrong with Everton has gone wrong at that right-back position as well. Now, Mario says, Everton could go down. They've got some very interesting fixtures. Well, we're not just going to leave it at that. We don't do that on this channel. We actually provide you with a detail. So Everton are 1 point off safety. They have got games in hand on people, so that's one thing. But you've got to win them. They've got Wolves on Sunday. Then they've got Newcastle on the Thursday. Then they've got West Ham away, Man United at home, Liverpool away, Chelsea. Fucking hell. They need to win some games, Everton. Leicester away, Brentford, Arsenal. Fucking hell. Everton's runnings. They've got Arsenal at the Emirates, who will probably need to win. Brentford at home, okay. Look, you'd hope they can win that. Leicester away, you never know with Leicester. Chelsea at home, difficult. Liverpool away, forget about it if it's a title race for Liverpool, which it is. Man United, look, we could turn up and get something. West Ham away, difficult. Palace is in the FA Cup. I mean, literally, Everton might only get 9 more points. I tell you, actually, can I just readjust my opinions on whether Everton are going to stay up? Their fixtures look ridiculous. Donny into Richarlison. Blocked. Mark, what are you suggesting to improve the current Man United side, says Vizek? Change the owners first of all, so they sack the board. And then get rid of players. I don't think I've ever seen Everton this bad, says Joseph. Well, it doesn't help not having Calvert-Lewin for most of the season, but they just don't look right, do they? They just do not look right. Sal Maguire, so they know nobody is safe, says MP, and Donny van der Beek can't play against us as well, says Mario. Take what you need. Well, they're making another sub here. Davinson Sanchez is coming on. Well, I think that Everton game against United will be very difficult because Goodison, you look at their fixtures and, as I said, if somebody's not been looking at what I've just been looking at on my phone, I'll get them back on the computer here. So, Everton have got Wolves at home at the weekend. Well, Wolves are on a bad run, so I can't see that Wolves run continuing for a long time. So that's going to be a difficult game against Wolves. Then they've got Newcastle. Newcastle are on a good run. And then basically after that, West Ham away. I can't see them beating West Ham away. United at home is a game they're probably going to have to win because then they've got Anfield, Chelsea, Leicester, then they've got Brentford at home, then they've got Emirates. So realistically, Everton need to win all their home games if they want to stay up. So that Man United game is going to be very interesting. A Spurs win in the North London derby will prove decisive, says Dave Bowman. I just don't. A few weeks ago, I really did think Spurs might be a contender for top 4, but a good shot by Calvert-Lewin. Just goes wide. I did think Spurs might be a contender for top 4 a few weeks ago, but they're just so inconsistent. The losses, I mean, how many have they lost in the last few weeks? Burnley away, Wolves at home, Southampton at home. That's 9 points, where even if they'd just taken 4, they'd be in a strong position. I'm not saying United will win on Saturday, but we have to win. We have to win on Saturday. I don't think they've announced any rescheduled date for the North London derby yet. Man United against Liverpool's not been rearranged yet. Lewis says, Mark, do pundits annoy you? Not really. I don't think anybody's opinion should be taken as gospel. Kulevski's gone down injured here. Be a shame if he's out of the Old Trafford game. He's Swedish, isn't he, this Kulevski? Oh, this could be 5. Son should have shot there. Don't know why he didn't shoot. He went across the goal. Who have they took off? Oh no, I don't think Everton have took anyone off, have they? Yeah, he is Swedish. He plays for Sweden anyway. Onto over the bar. Bloody hell. Eric Dyer could have made it 5. They're all over the place. So, oh yeah, Spurs took off Michael Keane and brought on Branthwaite, which probably wasn't a bad idea. I don't know whether Michael Keane was injured though. He was definitely crap. All over the place, this Everton side. Oh, what a goal by Harry Kane! What a goal by Harry Kane! Came across to him on the far side. I don't know whether he catches it on the volley. What a hit by Harry Kane. I nearly called him Barry Bain. What a goal. Absolutely stunning finish into the bottom corner. Absolutely incredible, Mark. It's absolutely fantastic. How he scores this goal. Oh my God. It's brilliant. It's Doherty. He pings it up. He hits it on the volley as well. What a goal by Harry Kane. He hits it into the ground after the volley, but it's a magnificent finish actually. It's even better on replay. It's magnificent. It's side of the foot volley in off the post. Look at the technique on this. Oh, it's perfection. Absolutely perfection. That goal is stunning. Lovely ball by Doherty, but to finish it, he's not just smacked that. He's not hit it with his studs. He's volleyed it with power, with the side instep of his foot. Absolutely fantastic goal. He's on a hat-trick. And Spurs are 5-0 up here. I mean, I'm not saying goal difference is going to make a big difference in anything, but if it was going to make a big difference in anything, Spurs are making hay. 5-0. And there's still half an hour to go. Is it too early to say Lampard out? But it's Sanj is right. It was a simply beautiful finish. And Kulievski, it's interesting, was his face. I was speaking about this a few weeks ago when Spurs got Bentancur and Kulievski. And Juventus have always been my Italian tide. And I've always, for like 30 years, kept an eye on Italian football. After Italia 90, I've always kept an eye on it. And I must admit, when COVID hit, I didn't really watch anything apart from the Premier League, because the Premier League used to be on every bloody day. But I did say I think Bentancur and Kulievski are very interesting signings for Spurs. There's always a risk coming from Serie A that you're not gonna perform, but they're very interesting players. I think it's going to be a very interesting game for United on Saturday, because we should be able to beat Spurs at Old Trafford, but their confidence levels are going to be completely different to ours. Well, it's going to be hard for Lampard, this. It's going to be hard to stomach. African says, kindly reveal to us where you think Frankie will be going to next. And how do you think Man United will do against these boys, says Matt C. I think it'll be an interesting game. I don't think you can call it, to be honest. And well, I think Lampard's got to get it right at Everton, or I think his career's done. Why wouldn't they just play a low block? Gave Spurs no respect and it backfired. Naive to play Spurs, only strength having space, opening the game up. Donny's been subbed off here after an hour. Mikalenko comes on. Whoever says they don't want Kane at United is blind. He's a world class. Also, I worry for Saturday draw written all over it, but Spurs dangerous on the breaks as the real G. And as a Burnley fan, this really gives me hope, says JDN. But I think the previous comment there was absolutely spot on. That I think Everton, the way they've approached this game, is wrong. You know, when you're in a relegation battle, it suits your Burnleys because what's Sean Dyche's principles? Well, Goldbridge, if I could take over for a moment here, and fortunately, all season long, from August till September and beyond, I've always played well-organised defence, win a game 1-0. And in a relegation battle, that is exactly what you need to do. You don't go to Spurs and play a high line and try and win it 4-0. You keep it tight. You win the second balls. You get physical. And you win it 1-0 like I did actually at Turf Moor a couple of weeks ago. So I don't know what Frankie Lampard thinks he's doing. But you gotta park the bus, mate. And you gotta start with 0-0. And if you end with 0-0, great. But you don't end with 5. So, in the words of Sean Dyche, I think that's absolutely correct. I think Everton today are trying to be something that they're not. You know, maybe Lampard can turn Everton into an attacking side, but they're in a relegation battle. It doesn't need to be pretty, but you do need to be in the Premier League next season. And I think Everton have just got everything wrong today, and ultimately goal difference could be really bad for them. I don't think Spurs have played fantastic today. I mean, Spurs fans will be over the moon with it, and it must be great to be able to watch it. But when you actually look at the stats of the match, Everton have had 51% possession. Spurs have had 10 shots. Everton have had 5. Spurs have had 6 shots on target. Everton have had none. So, you know, Everton have had the possession. They just haven't done anything with it. And in relation to goal difference, at the moment, Spurs has gone up to 7, and Everton's is down to minus 17, which is worse than Burnley's, and it's worse than Brentford's now. So, look, Everton, that's a cup final for Everton on Sunday. They need to beat Wolves at home. Will Ronaldo play against Spurs? What are your predictions for that game? Apparently there was no injury. What are your thoughts? I mean, Argent, I just don't believe for 1 minute that there wasn't an injury to Ronaldo. It might suit some of our players who played yesterday to allow that rumour to fester and make it about Ronaldo and not them, but I just don't think for 1 minute Ralph Rangnick would leave Ronaldo out completely. Just don't see it. So what are you saying, that Ronaldo was told he wasn't going to play and then said, I'm not going to play at all? He's already been benched for games against Chelsea and others. So I think that's just a load of bullshit, really. I think Ronaldo has almost been playing injured for the last month. It's interesting that Ronaldo's injury is the same injury that he had when he missed a couple of games back in January. And it just makes you think that between then and now, he's not been playing particularly well. Is he carrying an injury? Because Cavani's not been fit, and obviously Greenwood can't play. I don't know, but I certainly don't think Ronaldo was left out all the time at all. I think it's disrespectful to one of the greatest players that's ever played the game that people think that he'd go get on a plane to Portugal and refuse to play just because he was on the bench for a game against Manchester City, which I don't think he would have been on the bench for. I think he would have started. And always Retro says, I think you're biased. Well, mate, you can think I'm biased all you like. I don't really care because that's your opinion, and my opinion, unfortunately for you, is being listened to by you because you ain't on a YouTube channel at the moment. I am, and if you don't want to listen to it, there's an exit button or there's an X in the top corner and you can leave. But somebody just asked me a question and my answer is this. Whether you think I'm biased or not, I've never known Cristiano Ronaldo refuse to play a game of football for anybody. And that he has been on the bench before. He's been on the bench for Juventus. He's been on the bench for Manchester United. So I think he's injured. And I'm more concerned about whether he'll be fit to play against Spurs at the weekend. Hopefully he will do because, and I guarantee, I tell you who will be fit for the game against Spurs, because Uruguay have got 2 games coming up. I guarantee you Cavani's going to be fit for the game against Spurs. Premier League predictions, Mark, says Sergio. What do you want me to predict? Oh. 25 minutes to go. Can Everton come back? I don't think so. I think it's going to be 3 very, very good points for Spurs. Must be hard being a Spurs. I mean, it's hard being a United fan, but it must be hard being a Spurs fan. You really are the Forrest Gump box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get, do you? I think Kulevski deserves a goal today. Do you think Leeds will go down, says Lucas? I agree. I want Ronaldo to be starting every week, says Arjun. You worried about the Spurs game, Mark? Nope. And why in 2022 do you think Ronaldo is better than Kane, says John72. And I tell you what, I'm not answering questions about Ronaldo. It's not even Manchester. It's not even the United stand. You know, I'm not getting dragged in. Apparently, Forest have won 2-1. I'm just going to check. Another clever substitution from Conte here. He's a clever little sod. He's just took Son off, who's on a yellow card. And I was thinking, it would be nice if Son got the second yellow and was suspended for the game at the weekend. But he's took him off. And I don't think the Forest Huddersfield game's over yet. Although it pretty much is. Pretty much is. Bergwijn comes on. Who you rather see get 4th, Arsenal or Spurs? Spurs. Yeah, I find, and that's nothing against Arsenal. I think if you ask me a different question, who I think deserves 4th, Arsenal. Who would I rather get 4th, Spurs? And I don't think Arsenal fans would have a problem with me for that. The reason for it is that Arsenal are more of a rival of United than Spurs have ever been, and Spurs are less offensive to me than Arsenal. But who deserves 4th? Arsenal at the moment. Still time for others, but Spurs fan may be happy, but all they've done is trash 2 of the teams with the most rotten form in the league, in Leeds and Everton. Mate, they'll have confidence going into the United game. United need to raise their game. The Sixter says, I love the channel. I'm a United fan and love United stand, but this feels like an escape at the moment. Yeah, I know. That's why we set it up, the Sixter. And Mark, I love your content. I just want to ask a question on Man United about the appointment of managers, but who said finding a new Sir Alex Ferguson was easy, says Rice. Well, no, I don't think finding a Jurgen Klopp or a Pep Guardiola is easy either. But I think United have just made bad decisions. You know, no one said that it's not hard decisions, but when you make bad decisions, you know, it's like Man United yesterday. No one said we were going to go to City and win. I didn't expect us to win. But what I didn't expect was total shit performances. And Bergwijn's just hit a shot straight at Pickford. Forest get Liverpool, Mark, says Andrew. I guarantee that game is going to be put on Sunday afternoon at about 4 o'clock, right in between the Formula One. Because I would love to do a watch-along for Forest Liverpool, because that reminds me of games in the late 80s when it used to be Clough against Dalglish. FA Cup games with Liverpool. I mean, of course, actually, from a completely different angle, it was Forest against Liverpool in the FA Cup at Hillsborough back in '89. But there's a history between those two clubs, but it's not been a modern history, so it'd be quite nice to see Forest play Liverpool in the FA Cup quarter-final. At the City Ground as well. It will, for the older Forest fans, that'll feel like a blast from the past. And I'm sure older Liverpool fans will remember those games as well. But I guarantee it will get put on at like 4 o'clock on the Sunday because I'm doing Formula 1 watch-along. Dele Alli's just come on here in the last 20 minutes. Will says, Mark, I'm not sure if this is true, but I read that Man United-Liverpool game will remain on the Sunday and Liverpool play Forest midweek. It's already, I think it's already been suspended, mate. I think it's already been moved. I mean, I'll double check for you, but I'm pretty sure they've already suspended that game. Have a look for you. Yeah, it's postponed, mate. It's already been postponed. I don't know if you already talked about this, but what's your thoughts on Rio's comment that agents call him to not criticise certain players on TV, says Saba. Well, I wouldn't be surprised. But he doesn't criticise them anyway. He's one of the least critical pundits out there. Like, I know last week he had a go at Harry Maguire, but Rio only does it when it's safe. He's never the first to observe something. So I don't think the agents need to be too worried about him. But it wouldn't surprise me if they did sort of get onto him. But I don't think Rio, Gary Neville, Paul Scholes really ever go in on certain players anyway. I don't know whether that's just, code of conduct or whatever. So you're going to watch the F1 this year after Verstappen's epic win last year. I hope the Lewis fans have dried their tears now, ready for the new season, says Liam Devon Red. I'm looking forward to it. Team Lewis. And hi Mark, hope you're well. Think your criticism of my captain McTominay and Fred is unjustified as they're trying their best, says N Realms. Thank you very much. Somebody just said the FA Cup fixtures are already out, Mark. I'm just checking. I don't think they are. I'd love it. I'll tell you what, I'll bloody love it if they are. I'll love it. I'll absolutely love it. But I don't think they are. No, they're all 3 o'clock games at the moment. They've not announced them, have they? Although, Stephen Riley says that Liverpool versus Forest is on Sunday at 6 o'clock. I don't know where he's getting that from. If that's true, that means I can do the Formula 1 opening day watch-along on here, and then straight after, Liverpool against Forest as well. Everton go down. Which player will you take at United, says Deep Lam. I don't mind Alak. I mean, I don't really think there's a player at Everton that's going to come and make United better. When did you start wearing glasses, says M Begging? I put them on about an hour ago. Doherty's coming into form, says N8. Right, somebody just said check FA Cup Twitter. I don't know that they've got one. I can't find one. I'll trust you in the chat. I hope you're right. I can't find it confirmed anywhere. But a lot of people are saying it's at 6 o'clock, which would be perfect. "15 minutes to go here. 5-0 to Spurs." Please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We were only 20 away from 624,000. Thanks, everyone, for getting involved. Fantastic channel. Everybody's welcome on here. James, thank you very much for the super chat as well. Lasagna is my favourite meal, Faris. Oh, we're only 10 subscribers away from 624,000 now, so thanks everyone who's tuning in. It's March the 7th and Everton are still only 4 points ahead of what Liverpool managed in their Champions League group stage, says Finn. Oh, that's a put down. And Godfrey better than Maguire, says Ash G. It's Emirates FA Cup on Twitter. Let's have a look at that. Emirates. I've got it. I found it. Oh no, I've lost it again. That's what she said. No, she didn't. She would never say that because it's not hard to find. No, they've still not said it on their Twitter either. I can't see it. Oh no, got it now. Got it now. Found it. So, Saturday the 19th of March, Middlesbrough against Chelsea, 5:15. You've then got Crystal Palace against Everton at 12:30 on the Sunday. You've got Southampton against Man City at 3 o'clock. And then you've got Forest against Liverpool at 6 o'clock. And the F1 Bahrain Grand Prix is at 3 o'clock. So easy work here on the Sunday. F1 opener, Watchalong on here at 3 o'clock. Liverpool against Forest, FA Cup quarter-final at 6 o'clock. That's a Super Sunday. That's how I like it. Huddersfield are out. They lost 2-1. I'm going to do the World Cup qualifiers, Kellen, but it depends what they clash with, really, because I think it's the following Thursday that Portugal play Turkey, which I will do, and then the following Tuesday probably could be Portugal against Italy for a place in the World Cup, which is going to be so nervous. It's like a cup final, that. Imagine having to play. Imagine if Portugal have to play Italy, which they, well, presuming Italy beat North Macedonia and Portugal beat Turkey, Portugal and Italy will be playing each other for a place in the World Cup, and the loser will not go to the World Cup. It's massive. Do you think Dele will be back to his great form, says Arnold? No. I think Dele Alli and Lingard are just really similar types of players, aren't they? I mean, they both played a World Cup semi-final in 2018, and that's amazing. They were England's midfield with Jordan Henderson in the 2018 World Cup semi-final, and you just can't put your hat on it, can you? You can't put your hat on it. And that's why Rashford needs to be very careful, because you can go from... I mean, Dele Alli... I mean, remember that goal that Dele Alli scored where he pulled it over his head and then smacked it in the bottom corner? I mean, Dele Alli for a couple of years looked like he was going to be stunning as a player. And he's just average. Below average. Leo says, did David May over-celebrate the Champions League final victory by choosing to climb on Paul Scholes when they lifted the trophy, even though he didn't play in the tournament? Look, this is way before YouTube. I remember saying this, like literally, I got a poster of the treble-winning season, and it had us celebrating the FA Cup, celebrating the Premier League, and celebrating the Champions League. And I said it at the time to my mate. In 30 years' time, people will think David May was a really important player because he's there in every picture, like really high up. I don't remember David May from the 99 season. He probably spent most of it as an unused sub sat on his arse. But fair play to him. He's got himself in the picture on all of them. He's there at the top of everything. It's an important, I'd say Rashford's important 12 months. Probably less than that. I'd say between now and the World Cup, it's massive for Rashford's career, because if he doesn't go to the World Cup and he keeps losing his Man United place, then his career's on the rocks. I don't think that will happen. I still think there's a good player there. I just don't think he's surrounded by the right people. I think for some reason... I mean, Carragher tonight showed a fantastic clip. They showed it on Match of the Day as well, but they showed it yesterday. City start off with the ball. Fred and McTominay get pulled out of position, and Rashford becomes the last line of midfield defence. They go past him. 10 seconds later, they're having a shot. All United players are back defending, and Rashford still stood in the same place on the halfway line. And you know, I don't know what his problem is. I don't know why he thinks he doesn't have to run around and put effort in. He's got to put more effort in because he's not scoring goals. So, you know, there's a good point there from Andrew Quinn saying Rashford under Klopp would be class. I totally sympathise with him that his development over the last 3 years has stalled because he's been coached by somebody who doesn't know how to coach. But he's got to put the work in now. You know, you're only responsible for your own development as well. And he's got to put the work in now, because if he doesn't develop his game in the next 9 months, I fear for what his next 5 years will be. But I think you know, people say about Rashford he acts like he's the finished article. Well, maybe he does that because he's got people around him telling him how great he is, because, you know, he's a very successful businessman, isn't he? He's done some amazing things off the pitch, but he needs to get back to being an amazing player on the pitch, because I think that's what makes him more happy than anything. I don't think he'll be leaving in the summer. I'd still lean towards I think we'll get him back, but, you know, we'll get him back playing well, but, you know, he's got to knuckle down and get on with it. If Southgate gets the squad right, what do you think our chances are in the World Cup? Says the Sixter. I think England could win the World Cup if they didn't have Southgate in charge. I mean, unfortunately, I moaned about it all the way through the Euros. He continually seems to pick a back five and 2 holding midfielders. And I think England, if they played, you know, you talk about Klopp. I think if Klopp was in charge of England, England would potentially win the World Cup. Imagine if England played with a back 4 on the halfway line and a midfield 3 and a front 3 that pressed. You're telling me that people like Jordan Henderson, Mason Mount, Phil Foden and all that lot wouldn't like to play that? You're telling me we haven't got 2 centre-backs that can play that? John Stones already plays it. You know, you could play Stones and White. You could play, you know, Maguire can't do it, obviously, but England will probably have the same problem that Manchester United have got, that he'll accommodate Harry Maguire and therefore he'll have to play a back 5 and 2 holding midfielders. And, you know, England have got amazing attackers. We don't need 5 defenders. Spurs will look for revenge against United, says Rashad. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a big game. It'll be a big game on Saturday afternoon, early evening, because people talk about Arsenal and Man United competing for top 4. But in reality, the league table doesn't lie. And the league table at the moment says this. Arsenal, 48 points. Manchester United, 47 points. Spurs and West Ham, 45 points. But Spurs have got 2 games in hand on United. If they could go and win at United, they'd be in the race for top 4. That's the big thing for Spurs. Man United have got to win that game. It's as simple as that. Predict who England will face in the World Cup. I don't even know how the World Cup thing works. I'm begging for Wi-Fi. I think Luis Diaz has done fantastically well, Cameron. Clearly a very good player. Liverpool are playing Forest at the City Ground a week on Sunday at 6 o'clock. We'll be doing a watch-along of that for sure. Mark was just eating my dinner and a vision of Fred came into my head. Big smile on his face while swiping at a ball in midair. I'm traumatised, says Nick B. Thoughts on Sancho? Has he lived up to expectations? Says Batter. I think Sancho over the last few weeks has been the player that we hoped he would be. I think he's got more gears to go. But as a season, it's always going to be a mixed bag for him because the first few months of the season he wasn't playing. And that was always stunningly stupid by Solskjaer. But, you know, at the end of the day, look at the contrast. He kept picking Rashford and Greenwood no matter how well they played and wouldn't pick Sancho. And then Ranić comes in, can't pick Greenwood, doesn't pick Rashford, picks Sancho continually, and Sancho's been fantastic. So just shows you again Ollie's naivety. Bradley says, are you doing a watch along for Hartlepool versus Rotherham on Wednesday? Unfortunately not. I really would like to, but I'll be doing a Bernabeu watch along of Real Madrid against PSG. Tomorrow night it's Liverpool against Inter watch along at 8 o'clock. Also be keeping an eye on Bayern Munich against Salzburg. And then Wednesday night it's the big one. It's Bayern Munich against PSG. Dahom says, why is the game at the City Ground for Liverpool against Forest? Because Forest got drawn out first and it's the quarterfinals. So if you get drawn out first, you play at home. Fred thinks he's Ronaldinho with smiles. Nothing pisses me off more than our players handshaking, smiling and chatting with opposition after a loss, says Fahad. I didn't see it yesterday and I'm glad I didn't. If that happened, I don't know whether it did. It's Real versus PSG. I don't know what I said. Leeds against Villa on Thursday. Nah. I don't like watching Leeds now Bielsa's gone. Kevin. It's not Bayern and PSG. I'm getting mixed up. I'm tired. I've been streaming for 2 hours. I do mix up my words sometimes. What are your thoughts on Saka, Smith Rowe and Martinelli for Arsenal, Mark? I'm an Arsenal fan and I'm in love with all three of them, says John. I think with Martinelli, we're finally starting to see what he's all about. It feels like it's a decade Arsenal fans have been telling us how great Martinelli is, and I think we're starting to see it. With Saka, he's always been a player. I remember seeing Saka for the first time at Old Trafford on a rainy night in the autumn, probably a couple of years ago now, maybe even 3 years ago. Must be about 2.5 years ago, actually. And I thought he's really impressive. And Smith Rowe, seen bits of him and I think he looks good. And, you know, this is what I mean about these Arsenal fans who just couldn't see what Arteta was doing. How embarrassing it is for them to spend time going, Arteta out. It just shows their football knowledge. That they couldn't see what their own club was doing. They just got blinded by, I don't want Arteta out. Because it was very clear what Arteta was trying to do. The first few months it was boring, but he was trying to grind out results. And he won an FA Cup. And then after that, he was about trying to build the team in the way he wanted to play. Which he has. Developing youth. Jettisoning fan favourites who he felt were bad for the club. If they come out of this season with 4th place, build a statue. I said it at the start of the season. I could not see anybody getting top 4 apart from United, City, Liverpool and Chelsea. And yet United have been crap and they've opened up the door. But someone's got to walk through it. They've not walked through it yet. But they've got a great opportunity to do it. And it would be a very, very good season. If you said to an Arsenal fan in August, you'll be in the Champions League at the end of the season, they would have bit your hand off. And rightly so. So let's see where it goes. They're favourites. I'm not even saying it to put pressure on them. They're a point ahead of United. They've got 3 games in hand and we've got to go to the Emirates. If you're not favourites in that situation, when are you ever a favourite? You know, I think Man City are favourites to win the league because they're basically 3 points ahead of Liverpool. And Liverpool have still got to go to the Etihad. So, you know, watching City yesterday, Liverpool can beat them. City can beat Liverpool, but Liverpool can beat them. There's not a lot between the two. That's a massive game. So Arsenal are in a lot stronger position than that. Imagine if City were a point ahead of Liverpool with 3 games in hand. You'd say City are going to win it. So Arsenal have got to they've got to grab that opportunity. It might not come round again. It could be huge in Arsenal's future as well. You know, we talk about the Newcastles and the Aston Villas who are spending well and they're ambitious. Are Arsenal any different to Man United? You know, owners really, are they that ambitious? So, you know, I wouldn't have expected Arsenal to get in the Champions League this year, and I wouldn't have expected them to be getting in it any time for the next 4 or 5 years. So if they can get in it, it could be massive for their future. It's very important. Bergwijn shoots over the bar. 2 minutes to go. Will you watch Palace versus Man City next Monday, says Hazard? I don't know yet, mate. I don't even know. Apart from Man United Spurs on Saturday, I don't even know what weekend watch-alongs I might be doing anyway. Arsenal Leicester on the Sunday, I think at 4:30 I'll probably do. There's a load of 2 o'clock games. Oh, tired, Bridge. I am going to do some pro clubs soon, Dennis. I was meant to be doing pro clubs last night, but I was just so pissed off with United. I just watched Peaky Blinders, and then I watched a film, Out of the Furnace with Christian Bale. Quite good. Wouldn't say it's a classic, but it's watchable. Do I think Everton's going to go down? I'm actually going to do a quick reaction video after this with my thoughts on that. I don't think they will get relegated, but they definitely could get relegated. And I don't know why I don't think they'll get relegated, because Three minutes added on here. Do you think they're going to go down? Thanks everyone who's been watching, by the way. Really appreciate it. I really enjoyed the stream. It was a bit of a bonus one, really. I'd completely forgotten they were playing tonight, and then I saw it's there. I thought, I will watch that. I'll do a watch along for that. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks everyone who subscribed, by the way. I think we did hit 624,000. I'll just check. But if you haven't subscribed, please do. Bottom right-hand corner. You're very welcome on the channel. That's Footballs for Everybody. Get involved. We did hit 624, so thank you everyone. Tomorrow night it's Liverpool against Inter. I mean, Liverpool should be all right in that, 2-0 up, but I think the first leg I didn't see all of it. I didn't do a watch along for it. I think that was when I had my operation, but I watched the highlights of it and I thought Inter were decent. I mean, I'd expect Liverpool, the form they're in, to win that game, but would you take Vieira at United, says Ryan? No. Michael says he'll piss himself if Everton go down. Have you seen the Trippier's interview on True Geordie? No. Got no interest in it, mate. Why would I want to watch an interview of Kieran Trippier? I wouldn't want to watch an interview with Mason Mount. So I'm sure it's very good, but I wouldn't have any interest in watching that. Life's too short. I don't think there's many footballers I'd watch. I enjoyed the Wayne Rooney documentary. I wouldn't want to watch an interview with any United player at the moment. I'd get dizzy with the spin. Opinion on the new season of Peaky Blinders, says Archie. Peaky Blinders, Tommy. I think it's all right. So it's been a big break, hasn't it? But yeah, it's ticking along all right. King says Inter Milan are a very good team and it'll be a good game tomorrow. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Join me tomorrow. I know what I'm going to be doing tonight. I'm going to be reading this script I found that I wrote. The Battle of the Planets. The Fate of Mokon. I'll be reading that. The year is 2619 and still the human race survives. For the last 600 years we've grown as a race into something some wise men said we never would achieve. They said space travel was impossible, that man would never be able to leave Earth, that no invention, device or miracle could ever move us to a place where man could survive and prosper. Well, we proved those wise men wrong. Together we have discovered new worlds. Brave adventurer... Oh, I'll leave that for the bath. I'm as intrigued as maybe two of you are, that I just found these scripts that I'd wrote and that I didn't even know I'd wrote. That's not a script, that's a story. God knows what's going to happen. I hope there's some sex in it. I'd be disappointed if I haven't put a bit of rude stuff in. I'm joking. Anyway, it's a Poundland Star. It's definitely not a Poundland Star Trek, Papa, because I hate Star Trek. So it definitely won't be that. Chelsea won't have same success post Abramovich, says Udit. And on that bombshell, we'll end the stream. Thanks everyone for watching. Enjoyed it, and I will speak to you all in a bit. I'll tell you tomorrow night. I'll tell you what Battle for the Planets was like, because I've got no idea what it's going to be like. There's another one as well. I vaguely remember that. There's another one which is nothing to do with sci-fi. I've got no idea what that's all about. I just had a glance at it this morning. I was like, what the fuck's going on there? I don't know what I'm trying to do. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Really enjoyed it. And we'll speak to you all later. There's shows on the United Stand if you want to check them out. And the Twitch stream today was brilliant. Goldbridge TV, if you want to check that out. Cup final day. And I'll speak to you tomorrow night on here for another watch along. Speak to you all in a bit. Thanks for watching.